In this video, I'm going to talk about how to build the truth tables for some compound statements, and we're going to start with negation. So if you have a simple statement P and you negate it, this is the symbol for a negation. This is not P. So whatever your original truth value was for P, could be true or false. A simple statement can be true or false. If you negate it, it's going to change that truth value. So if it was true and you negate it, now it's going to be false. If it was false and you negate it, now it's going to be true. So that's the truth table for a negation. And the symbol for a negation is that little wavy line. All right, the conjunction, which is an and statement, and the symbol is this. To me, it looks like a capital A without the bar across. That's how I remember that that's and. So we have two simple statements, P and Q, joined by and. So you have to write the possible truth value combinations for P and Q. So the possibilities are that they could both be true. P could be true and Q could be false. P could be false and Q could be true, or they could both be false. Now notice I put a note here at the bottom. This is how I remember how to fill out my conjunction truth table. A conjunction, an and statement, is only true when both P and Q are true. So the only time this is going to be true is here, when these are both true. In all of these other scenarios, the conjunction is false. All right, then we have a disjunction, which is an or statement. I'm going to go ahead and write that this is and. Okay, a disjunction, the symbol is this, and this is an or statement. Again, for P and Q, you have these same four possibilities for truth values. They could both be true, true then false, false then true, or both false. All right, now a disjunction or an or statement is going to be true as long as at least one part, either the P or the Q, is true. It's only going to be false when these are both false. So this is the only time the disjunction is going to be false. As long as one piece or more is true of the statement, then the disjunction is going to come out true. All right, then we have the conditional statement. A conditional statement is an if-then statement. The symbol is the arrow. In this particular truth table, this is if P, then Q would be how you read that. All right, you have the same four possibilities for your original truth values for P and Q. They could both be true. You could have true then false, false then true, or they could both be false. Now these don't have to be in this order, but I just do them in the same order every time because that's easier for me. As long as you're covering all the possibilities for P and Q and their truth values, then you should be good. Now a conditional is only false when P is true and Q is false. So here it is right here. P is true, Q is false. That's the only time this is going to be false. The rest of the time, the conditional statement is going to be true. Now, I do want to remind you that the conditional statement is the only one of these where the order matters, and you have to make sure you're looking at your P first and then your Q. And as we build more complicated truth tables, sometimes they're not in order in the truth table. And so you have to pay attention and make sure you're looking for the first part, the if part of the statement to be true, and the then part of the statement to be false. That's when it's going to come out false. All right, and then the last type that we're going to look at is the biconditional. The biconditional symbol is the double arrow. This is if and only if. So P, if and only if. Q, you can abbreviate if and only if to IFF, just to save you some writing time. You have the same four possibilities for truth values for P and Q: true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. And then you see here a biconditional is true when P and Q have the same truth value. So it doesn't matter if they're both true or both false. As long as they have the same truth value, the biconditional is going to come out true. So it's going to come out true right there and true right there, and then these two will be false.